Hello everybody, this is the Lamley Saturday Showcase. This is an opportunity for us to take a weekend approach to some of the models that I feature. Typically I have unboxings to do, I have new models to showcase. I like to give you guys a little history when I can of particular models. Sometimes you just got to grab a model at random and throw it in front of the camera so we can all appreciate it. I do this occasionally with the Lamley Daily on lamleygroup.com, where I essentially pick a model at random and throw it in front of the camera and write a little bit about why it's in my collection. This is an opportunity to maybe go in depth on some castings, and I thought the Land Cruiser, the 1968 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40 from Matchbox, was a great place to start. This is the debut version in yellow. Released in 2008, and it was met with excitement from the second it was released, and Matchbox did it right to start. If you notice, front grille is decoed, and the rear has deco as well with the taillights, and they did the white roof on top. There might be some little blemishes here and there in terms of how they did the white roof, but the fact that they were able to do this, that's just not something that you see in the basic range anymore. But there you go, in yellow with the dark rims. It was always a popular one, and then of course it had to get recolored in 2008. And this is my all-time favorite Land Cruiser in baby blue. I see these all the time. When I see a Land Cruiser, there's a really good chance I'm going to see this one in this sky blue. Maybe there's an official color for it. But white rims, this kind of sky blue color, and notice all the tampos are there. It's a pretty sweet one as well. So, first one released in yellow, recolor released in blue, and there was a third version released as well, red. Now, if you have been collecting Matchbox for a while, I don't know if I can totally explain what happened, but this red version was part of the exclusives 10 pack. At the end of the year, about 10 years ago, what Matchbox would do is take some of the new models and do exclusive colors just for a multi-pack and do a first editions 10 pack. This was one of them. This model has taken on a life of its own. I have seen the pack sell as much as $300. I've seen the model itself sell as much as $150 to $200, and I think that just speaks to how popular this model is and how difficult a 10-pack exclusive would be to get. So this red version, and it's just so great in red, is one of the most popular versions. Well, the most sought-after versions, and you can tell by the way people pay for it. So that was the third release in 2008. Then we started seeing it get some different decos. Here it is from the Lesney edition. Now, I don't know if this is exactly in order of release, but it was released in the Lesney edition. The Lesney edition was a premium line that Matchbox did, and it was known because, or it was unique in that it had the die-cast chassis. So it's out there. There's a die-cast chassis for the Toyota Land Cruiser. Check this out. Full detail, white roof, really well done. This kind of, if you can see this metal-looking side deco on the Land Cruiser with the Matchbox logo on it. This one is a tremendous model. Another one that's very, very popular and very hard to come by these days. I know a lot of people find this one to be their favorite. You want to see another 10-pack model? They gave you another 10-pack model. This, I believe, is 2009. When we start going back 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it's hard to keep track of the models as they are released. But I have seen these Jungle Safari types released before, or in a deco like this on the Land Cruiser. So Matchbox did this in another exclusive 10-packs. They used to do these awesome 10-packs that they released about 4 a year, where the last one was always first editions, but the other ones were other models in unique decos and unique colors. I'd love to see it return. They did a off-road 10-pack this year, I think 2009, 2010, and this one was in there. A lot of people say this is their favorite one. But if that's not, maybe this one is. Basic range release. 2010 matte black. And then they went with instead of the white roof, the olive green roof. Anaconda. I don't know if that's, what does it say? Anaconda guides. Boy, that was hard for me to see. I'm getting old. This is also a 5-pack version. Matchbox is throwing these models. When they were popular, they'd throw them everywhere. You'd see them in 5-packs, the basic range, maybe in 2 colors, 10-packs, premium like the Lesney edition. This one was a 5-pack. Couldn't tell you what the 5-pack was, what the theme of it was, but I could tell you this one was pretty great. So this one is a recolor in, essentially another version based off of the red, the blue, and the yellow versions from a couple of years earlier. This one is exactly the same in terms of deco. And they weren't done. Sorry, I'm shaking the light a little bit. There's a basic range release in kind of a candy blue. You can see all the colors that they've done. And I love that they were doing these just plain colors. This one didn't get the rear tail lights, but I don't miss them here. The tan interior. Notice the right-hand drive too. I forgot to mention that. Right-hand drive, but that front grille was done. And as long as that front grille was done, to me, it was great. After this one, we started seeing things change a little bit. We started seeing that we saw the Anaconda version, but the Land Cruiser started appearing. This is about the time, maybe 2011, that they started doing more what they would call kid-friendly decos. Now, the Land Cruiser didn't go crazy, but it did start getting little business things like this, you know, taking it away from maybe the stock look. Notice that there's no white roof. And there's this, Bear Tours style. I think this was a mainline version. So, I only have this one because I want to be a completist on the Land Cruiser. That is the only reason. Because I still like these kind. This was the last of the very plain versions that was released. And I kind of miss it. No tail lights on that. On the back purple. That color is probably a little too showy for a Land Cruiser. But at least the deco's there, and at least it's plain with the white roof. So you can notice like my excitement on the Land Cruiser starts fading just a tad. And that's just because we started getting these, this one I never even bought. And then one day I decided, I collect the Land Cruiser. I love the Land Cruiser. Why wouldn't you like a Land Cruiser? So I have always bought them as they've been released. But if you look at this one, not much to like. Casting's great, but that side deco makes no sense. And why not just do the white roof and maybe the front grille and leave it in a gold color? I would have been happy because the white roof is gone, the deco is gone, and of course the front looks a little bare without the deco there. So Matchbox said, okay, well, we'll meet you in the middle. White roof is back. That is a crazy cool side deco, kind of an homage to the Toyota racing decos and racing colors. I love the white rims, but if you notice, no front grille. Now, at least the deco's cool on this one, so I can get a little bit more excited about it. In fact, this one, there's a little story behind it. That deco, there was a suggestion to do that kind of racing deco on the Toyota Tacoma that they did for the Gathering exclusive that year. They liked that deco so much they put it on the Land Cruiser as well. Someone named Lamley may have had a little bit to do with it, but that's another story. But I'm excited about that. All right, so we were kind of bummed that we weren't seeing the front grille being decorated. They're getting any graphics on the front grille, but Matchbox had a little bit more of a disappointment in store for us, and it came here. Now, Jurassic Park series, there you can see the Jurassic World logo on it. You can see the white roof is there, but kind of only because it's a white deco. The dust side deco is okay, but there's no front graphics. The green base is kind of goofy, but there's one bigger difference. Let me show you this one again. Look at those front fenders and that front grille, and you'll notice big change. When it comes to cost, sometimes the bean counters get in the way, and the Land Cruiser was too expensive. There's too much metal in it for it to be a mainline car anymore, so Matchbox is required to modify the casting. So they took out the front fenders, turned them plastic, made them part of the interior, as well as the front grille. Not a good look for the Land Cruiser. So my hope is that moving forward, if they do another premium version or something, that they'll go back to the original version. But we have now seen, since this modification on the Jurassic Park 3, this is the 4th. And I'll walk through these. Red base makes no sense. Orange is okay. Wish there was a white roof. The Deco, similar to the Deco of that previous version in gold. The gray fenders, I don't know. You can see, not great. It's still a Land Cruiser. I'm going to collect the Land Cruiser. Wheels look cool. This one, roof is kind of there in a fry sauce color for you Utah folk. Kind of a racing stripe, kind of too many colors on that one. It's okay, but again, considering what it could have been. Here, just kind of focus on that one for a minute, and then go back to this, right? Yeah, I know. So the last Toyota Land Cruiser we've seen, I'll go back, I'll get that one out of the way, is this one. We showcased this in our camo versus camo with Hot Wheels that we did a few days ago. This one I do like. They hide that plastic fender a little bit better, and the full camo on the model looks good. A white roof would have been cool, but not necessary here because it's full camo. So this one, of all the new versions of that modified casting, this one I like the best by 1,000 miles. But still, it doesn't totally equate to the old version. Now I'm going to show you one other. How many releases is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Land Cruisers have been released so far. Hopefully we see the standard casting return. Here's the last one I'm going to show you. I have a small collection of pre-productions. Most I've won at auction at events like the Matchbox Gathering. This is a Land Cruiser pre-production model. As you can see, the color makes some weird sense. In fact, it's bouncing light right off of the roof. It's kind of a fluorescent yellow. Notice that the base is chrome, which doesn't make a ton of sense. This is the original Land Cruiser. Wheels don't look very good, but those are wheels that were put on. In fact, the axles are a little too long. And if you notice, that's a blank base. There is nothing on the base compared to here. Just take this off real quick. You can see the writing. Oops, there we go. You can see the writing on it kind of there if I put it in the light. There you go. Writing is on there. Writing is not on there. So this is a pre-production. These are the kind of models where they put them all together, make sure that everything works, make sure that it rolls right, make sure that it's safe, make sure it doesn't fall apart. So I love having these pre-productions. I only collect Matchbox pre-productions of castings I really like, Land Cruiser I really like, so this one I have. There you go. There's your Saturday showcase. Sit back, relax, have a nice beverage, look at some Land Cruisers. Tell me what you've got. Maybe I'll put a link down below to some of the Land Cruisers on eBay or something, so if you want to fill in your collection, you can go grab a few. Thanks, guys. We'll do another one next week. Bye.